If you need my loving, call me and I'll step on through. And we can talk all night long. If you want this loving, then call me and I'll drive to you. And we can touch all night long. Just call me and I'll come through.
Sometimes I think maybe
Stranger will be waiting for us near the entrance. It would be foolish to just go in.
New technologies for the defenders of Aelion. Go on, take them. It's part of my friendly assistance program.
What's that over there? Some belongings? Careful! Watch out! I swear I didn't know it would be so dangerous here. Yes, our stranger could have picked a better meeting place. I hope he's still alive. He's alive. He has to be. Look, I think he tried to scare off the local fauna with potions. Maybe he's an alchemist? One of Nye's people. He lost his flashlight, and there's little light in the cave. It won't be easy for him, but he's still alive, which is great. It looks like a Vesper nest. The female won't let you pass through her territory like that. I'm afraid you won't be able to avoid a fight.
Dangerous enemy neutralized.
Now that's weird. Who killed all these animals? I don't think it's our guy. I see tracks in the sand. Please be careful. There are a lot of them.
Reasonable behavior model. Scan the area and move the maximum distance away.
That's a Reaper weapon. I have a feeling our mysterious alchemist is in big trouble. The Reapers grabbed him! They're performing one of their terrible rituals! Show Thanatos and his minions they are not welcome here! What did he know that made them want to send a whole troop of Reapers after him? Check if he's still breathing. Definitely dead. I'm looking, but I can't say if he was the one who gave me the note at the temple. What's that near the body? I don't understand what's on the tablet. Prophecies of some kind?
You're here. We've been waiting for you. I'm absolutely elated to see you all. Here, we can feel completely safe and at ease, my dear conspirators.
I prefer a different word. I feel like a villain.
Oh, stop. We're heroes, actually. When we present the healed Laertes to the Council, they'll reward us. You'll see.
Well said, Marcus. So can we start planning now, or should we discuss what we know so far? Our plan is to identify the vulnerabilities of the prison with Tiberius's help. Then, we attack them. Once Laertes is free, I will teleport him here, to a safe, secret place where my best alchemists will search for a cure for his ailment.
The prison for immortals is almost ready, and Flavius has done an impressive job. Just yesterday, Aelion came to the construction site. She looked pleased. The prison consists of two perimeters, external and internal. The outer part of the prison is guarded by a special Templar unit. The interior has been cut deep into the rock mass, and special titans are guarding it. Flavius did not create the prison from scratch. He largely copied the projects of Aelion, the great lost god of Aelion, who has a very powerful intellect. Although Aelion built prisons for the Wardens of Elements, they are still the best fit. The nature of the Wardens is extremely similar to the nature of immortals, because that's who they were hundreds and hundreds of years ago. I'd say the project has no weak points, aside from me, but let's not talk about that. Getting Laertes out will require tremendous effort. We'll have to bypass the security system and 2 security levels, and then destroy the confinement nodes. They are special devices that work in tandem with the gods guarding Laertes' cage. The good news is, the god guards themselves are in some kind of a trance, and will not engage in combat. In any case, we need to get everything done before they are ready for this battle. The confinement nodes can only be destroyed by external influence, so I suggest we blow them.
Blow up the prison? I like the idea, but where will we get the explosives?
This is the least of our problems. Believe me, I can easily synthesize the required amount of explosives and assemble the charges. You'll take them inside. And here, we come to the main problem that I haven't been able to solve yet. Flavius suspects something. He restricted all access to the prison for only one person, himself. I can't get around this restriction. It's above my pay grade. A different kind of specialist is required for that. One of those people they call hackers in the Aelion, but I don't know much about them. I didn't think Flavius would come up with this kind of restriction. He's careless most of the time.
I'll sum it up a little. The prison will be ready soon, and in order to get Laertes out of it, you need to get past the Templar guards, Titan guards, and then blow up the... what did Tiberius call them? Confinement nodes. But our plan is thwarted by the fact that Flavius barred everyone but himself from accessing the prison.
That's right. I think the construction will be completed in the coming days. I have one more task from Flavius.
So, you need a hacker to breach Flavius' security system. I think... You know what? Leave it to me. I have an idea.
What kind of idea?
It doesn't matter. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'll contact you soon.
Commendable initiative. Well, we will also be busy. It's the last task from Flavius. He's not sure about the number of confinement nodes in Laertes' cage. 2 or 12. How many do we need? There's an ancient prison for the Wardens of Elements on Chronal. The altars serve as confinement nodes. Several altars have been destroyed, but the powerful Warden of Fire Ignis is still in prison. Hold on, this information is outdated. He just broke free about 5 minutes ago, and I would be absolutely delighted to have all of my team's data before all of the Wardens turn our precious equipment into melted pieces of plastic and metal.
I will also be busy. I need to prepare my best alchemists for the task. Good luck, conspirators!
Correct tactical decision
Something's
detected.
wrong! How did he get so strong? Retreat now! Oh no. The scanner shows that the Wardens of Fire are fueling Ignis, making him stronger. Just a minute. Let me think. The altar should help us. The altar will cover you with a water shield, which, as you know, is extremely effective against flames. Just remember, the Wardens don't like it when someone approaches their altars. The power that kept Ignis in chains is now yours, though the reading indicates that the defense is still too weak. Amazing and multifunctional devices. Flavius used them to build a core of the prison. Let me take readings. No, your defense is still weak. You need to get to the third altar. I wonder if Aelion envisioned that the altars would be used that way. Or maybe this elemental protection is a side effect. Over here, could you collect the data from the equipment near the ruined altar? I detected a strong warden there. It may damage the devices and the data will be lost.
Especially dangerous enemy detected.
Excellent. Connect me to the equipment. I'll copy the data quickly. Well, I think we're ready for the battle now. This elemental defense should withstand Ignis's attacks. Deal with him.
Efficient combat.
Good timing. Soon Ignis would have attracted new wardens here, and we would have needed a whole squad of immortals to deal with those. Thank you. I'll get the data. Talk to you later. I don't want to distract you, but I have fantastic news. I'm waiting for you in the capital. Come quickly. You won't regret it.
Hello! I heard you and Tiberius finished the final preparations, and now we only have one problem left. I promised to solve this problem, didn't I? And I think I solved it. Well, kind of. I mean, I found a solution in the Aelionet. We need Zero. You never heard of Zero? Really? He's a very famous person on the Aelionet. Don't you follow The Shelter? It's a conspiracy theory site, and I love it. Most of the theories on there sound completely crazy, but that's what makes them interesting. You see, it just dawned on me today that Zero and Hacker are one and the same person. And the Hacker is a much more interesting guy. The Hacker is better known in the so-called Deep Aelionet. Mortals rarely set foot in there, and the activities that take place there are not always legal. He speaks openly against the Council, says they don't give a damn about anything except power and personal goals. And when the Gravedigger was captured, the Hacker immediately blogged that it was Laertes and told his readers to mark his words. The Council would not help him. And he was right. That's the thing. He's not called the Hacker for nothing. He is a technical genius, so he has access to a wide variety of information. They say he was once a colleague of Flavius's, but putting two geniuses in one lab is never a good idea. This may well be true, because the Hacker occasionally attacks the servers of the research center just for fun. I sense some kind of personal interest. Well, he has bypassed Flavius's security system at the research center a few times already. I think he can access Laertes' prison too. And you see, he himself wrote that freeing Laertes would be something every true defender of Aelion would want. He'll be on our side. I am sure of it. This is where it gets complicated. I tried to contact him, but Zero refuses to meet in person. However, I did learn that the Hacker placed an order for some scientific equipment that needed to be stolen from Flavius and delivered to Port Uzuni. The order was recently picked up. My Templar friends helped me track down the ship. Whoever it was, they went through a bit of a fiasco. The ship fell in the port. Find the courier in Port Uzuni, save the poor fellow, and tell him to give you Zero's order as a thank you. After that, you'll have to rely on luck and your powers of persuasion.
To see if there are any
Try
side
to find
effects.
the courier quickly. Look for a ship. He came here on something.
Switching to worry mode. Victory details added to personal file.
Greetings. I'd ask if my cargo's here, but my drones have already scanned the place, and I know the cargo's with you. It might have been rude, but security issues take priority over manners right now. Deliver the cargo, and we'll call it a done deal. I should warn you, it's pointless to try and fool me. There are many mechanical eyes here.
Specially dangerous enemy detected. Dangerous enemy neutralized.
I hope you weren't followed. My equipment has picked up some movement over the northern slope, but the drones can't find anything.
Threat level, maximum.
I don't believe the Council, and I don't believe Ayana. Since you're here, I hope you share my sentiment. An immortal who is not yet blinded by the lies of the Council is a rarity these days.
Combat log created. Reasonable behavior model. Scan the area and move the maximum distance away.
Sorry I can't meet you in person, but this should be enough. You can hand over the cargo now. thank you for your help. None of these things will be used to bring harm to Aelion or its inhabitants. Quite the opposite, actually. Trust me, few people care about this planet's safety as much as I do. If it matters to you, that is. Oh, does it require my personal presence, or do you need the address of my site? I like important conversations, but what's going on there? Wait, Thanatos take you. Someone tailed you here. These guys have been looking for me for a long time, and now they followed the heat signature of your ship. Trust me, you better help me get rid of these guys. I'm not immortal, so if I die, it'll put an end to our conversation. Well, I could be wrong, but I'll risk it. I believe I can trust you. Come inside if you still want to talk.
Welcome to the shelter. It's not what you'd call cozy, but it has become my home. I'm Zero. You may also know me as Hacker or Shadow. I can say the same. What do you want to talk about? You're run-of-the-mill bandits. They were planning to raid one of the smaller towns. I hacked their equipment and called the Templars on them. So, I'm on their hit list. There's a bounty on my head. How much was it? 2 million credits. But I think the price will go up after today's incident. Who hasn't heard about the Gravedigger lately? Although, about Laertes would be more accurate. I'd call this another of the Council's blunders, but I'm pretty sure everything was carefully planned. Friends would try and help him before throwing him into a cell until the end of time. Don't you think? If you really think about it, many have their motives. It's not every day you get the chance to build a prison for an immortal. And Flavius is obsessed with science, you know. Personal animosity, perhaps. Laertes and Iona fought before, over the fact that the Archon was in no hurry to help mortals. Do you really think the Allmother is so simple? Then you obviously haven't read any of my articles in the Aelion about Herita's touching concern for the invasion creatures. I thought about helping Laertes escape, but without someone on the inside, I have no way of doing that. Then I'll have to say they should be careful. Oh, and one more thing. I'm very, very interested. With a goddess on our side, and with Flavius' personal assistant. Yes, it's a viable plan. I've been keeping an eye on Flavius' new project, this famous prison. It's finished, and Laertes has been in there for a while. I was wondering why the Reapers of Death nearby were so agitated, but now I understand. We're not the only ones who want to free Laertes. There'll be an attack, many attacks, and now is the perfect time to set our plan in motion. We'll use the Reapers' attack as a cover and sneak inside. I intercepted the Templars' communications. One of their troops went missing on Dunhulk. They went there to deal with a few stray rats, but they never returned. The trap snapped shut. Sacrifices are an important part of the preparations for the Reapers. You'll have to follow their tracks. I'm sure Dunhulk Glacier serves as a base for the attack on the prison. We'll learn the rest there.
The place was empty. The Reapers are gathering forces for an attack.
Another one of my ingenious creations.
The place is crawling with rats, so that's why the Templar scouts never came back. They didn't expect such resistance. Have some kind of insignia. They're high-ranking rats, though saying that feels weird. A bird's brain is the size of a nut. No one would trust them with plans for a future attack. We need someone else. One of the Reapers. Are here. I told you. During the rituals, the Reapers use the flesh and blood of their victims to appeal to their cruel god.
Presence of hostile creatures detected. Switching to combat mode.
surge of magic up ahead. It's a sign you'll run into a higher Reaper soon. Someone like that should have the plans for the future attack.
Especially dangerous enemy
This Reaper
detected.
has no plans, alas. Perhaps the captive heard something. I think I know where you need to go. I marked the place on your tablet. These caves have a complex topology. They're like rat burrows. It's as I thought. They call me a madman, but I'll have the last laugh. Thanatos has already been here once, and now he wants to return to Aelion. Do you hear that? Someone's speaking. Try to sneak up quietly and stay out of sight. told the truth. The attack on the prison is already underway. I hacked into the Templar databases. You are now taking part in Operation Prison, under a false name, of course. Go with the squad. One of the goddesses, Zintara, will handle the defense of the complex while I probe the security of the prison block. Help the defenders. As soon as I'm ready, I'll let you know. Don't worry, I'll be quick. Let's go. Try not to draw attention. Do everything they order you to do. I'll be monitoring the fight. We'll have to wait for an opportune moment. When it...
It's a prototype.
Initializing attack protocol. Evasive maneuver failed. Lethally dangerous enemy detected.
It's now or never. The Reaper's attack fizzled out. Soon, Zentara will take everything under control, and you won't be able to get to the door unnoticed.
Combat log created.
I'm poised and ready. As soon as you connect me, I'll open the doors. Security clearance level, flabbiness, unlocked. Welcome. Now listen carefully. I only handled the lock. There was no way to disable security inside. Titans are all over the place, and they mark you as intruder.
You're finally here.
Please.
I was so worried.
I need help.
I'm afraid the imprisonment and the escape have taken their toll. He's not himself. He rants and raves. He talks to someone and looks past me, then says thank you and tries to leave. He's afraid to lose control, afraid to hurt any of us. My poor Laertes. He started to change a while ago. It was horrible. I dread to think what would have happened if my elixir hadn't worked. Oh, right, the elixir. I've been wanting to talk to you about it. When Laertes started raving, he spoke a lot. He argued with Thanatos, telling him that they won't break his spirit. That's when I made an order from my alchemist to find something that would ease all of his horrible suffering.
Thanatos' whispers in my head.
They brought me this elixir. A small, dusty vial from the oldest recesses of the temple. This elixir was supposed to help a man who went through the ritual of transfer, but he died before taking it, and they forgot about the elixir. I know very little about it. The ritual has something to do with giving a great god the ability to control people, but that's all I really know.
Thanatos' whispers in my head.
I think Asterius can probably tell you more. You must have met the old man already. There's an archive at the Divine Observatory, the place that holds all knowledge of Aelion, and Asterius watches over it. Asterius is one of the gods of the council, the chronicler god, Everyone knows the old man is working on his life's project, the Chronicles of Aelion. There might be. Asterius pays great attention to detail. If he knows anything about the ritual, he wrote it all down. The thing is, the Chronicles haven't been published yet. Speak with the old man. He's kind. He will probably help you. Just hurry. Look, the vial with the elixir is so tiny.
My own hands.
Greetings, friend. I don't recall your name. Honestly, I can't believe we haven't had the honor of conversing yet. As you must know, I am Asterius, one of Aelion's oldest immortals. I have an inquisitive mind and have always had a thirst for knowledge, which is why I know more than most do about our world. Your thirst for knowledge is admirable. My magnum opus, the Chronicles of Aelion, is going well. Very well. In a couple of months, I will present the first volume to the public. You can enjoy each volume as it's released on my ExileMeteoor portal. Patience is a virtue. Scattered bits of knowledge don't give you the complete picture you need to understand this historical phenomenon. So many immortals have been interested in that ritual recently. Oh, I get it. Tell Iana that I won't tell what I have found until it is time. The plan to send you was good, but alas, she saw right through it. Tell her just like that, but that's amazing. What a great plan.
Asterius thought Iana had sent you and refused? Well, damn. That's fine. Come find me in the Divine Observatory.
Number of tracked objects exceeds acceptable limits. Sensors overheating. Reboot required.
Iana asked about the ritual of transfer. It's strange, and a little suspicious, don't you think? True. We need to learn more about the ritual. You know what I think? Proteus will help us. What? He's a scientist and an elder god who's aiming at becoming a great god. He probably studied it extensively. Plus, Proteus didn't want to fight you as much as he wanted to talk to you. If it wasn't for that thing with thighs, you would have parted on peaceful terms. And we don't need to. I've talked to this Templar I know, and he says our god of seas was spotted in Thornius' camp. Take this mission before they send someone else to help the scientists. And you will talk to Proteus. Or try to, at least.
Look around. Perhaps you can help someone while I'm tracking down Proteus using the Templar's frequency.
Extreme caution recommended.
Well, finally. Things are crazy here. I'm in the residential unit. There are monsters outside. Please help me.
It's cold over there, right? The station has plenty of heaters. Stay close to them or you'll freeze your limbs off.
Thank you. I thought I was going to die here. It looks like I owe you my life. If I only knew, we couldn't make sense of what was happening. Suddenly the heaters turned on to the max, every single one of them. While we were trying to switch them off, the ice started to thaw. Those creatures broke free and started killing everyone they saw. I managed to hide. We are studying sea creatures. They arrived at Aelion over 100 years ago and have been evolving in this new environment. Our research will help us fight them and maybe even gain some knowledge of our world. Our expedition is hardly the first. The Gothroar once performed a great feat here. He froze an entire army of sea creatures in order to stop their invasion. The largest discovered troop is located in this area. Our main find is a giant kraken. First we thought our equipment had malfunctioned, but no. It really is that big. We had to set up camp right next to it. There's no way we could move that monstrous thing. We're in the main base now. There's also a camp right next to the kraken, and a small station on the edge of the glacier, as well as a few checkpoints where we take readings. We get these things out of the ice and start unfreezing them. Of course we don't want to revive them. Our goal is to soften the tissue enough to take samples and then freeze them again. Well, anything can happen. We keep containers of liquid nitrogen at hand just in case. We plan to study the kraken today, so we all sent our containers there. And of course, now that we're defenseless, trouble comes knocking. Well, this is strange. We lost contact with the camp near the Kraken.
There are several checkpoints around the base where we were taking readings. There should be a few people out there, but they have been in contact, trying to find out what's wrong.
Combat log created.
There are cameras at all of the checkpoints. Enable them so we can figure out what happened. Fortunately, no one was here. Luckily, our team was on a break. When the heater turned on, the heat attracted Ursans, and they killed all the kelps.
Signs of life, absent. Recommended behavior model, vengeance.
How dreadful. They're all dead. Everyone is dead. The camera has been destroyed. Wait, Dr. Thornius wasn't among them, so he escaped? Judging by the footage, our team escaped. They took out the kelps and headed for the camp in the valley. What a mess. This is the worst thing that could have happened. Everyone's dead. This is a nightmare. We should also check the camp at the edge of the glacier.
A camp at the edge of the glacier. Great! That's where you need to go. The Templar scanners detected Proteus there.
I didn't think we'd meet again so soon. And we can't now either. I don't have time. My subjects need me. They are awakening. Awakening from 1,000-year slumber. This is the field of an ancient battle. Years ago, a powerful cryomancer encased these lands in ice. And with them, thousands of Oceanids coming out of the sea. Thousands of Tol Monter's soldiers, his army from the Dark Ages. I don't know. Flavius's scientific curiosity knows no bounds, but this is reckless even by his standards. Something did not go as planned. The heaters are operating at full capacity, and the soldiers of the great Oceanid God are waking up from their icy slumber. I'm here to help both sides, to take the awakened Oceanids under control, protect the scientists, and keep the Templars from destroying these magnificent creatures. But it's not working. They were frozen instantly during the battle. Tol Monter's commands sharp and clear in their heads, their eyes hazed over by rage and hatred for the unknown planet. I have to keep trying over and over. When this is finished, they will blame me for it. And no one will know that I came here to help. Thank you for believing me. I will welcome any help. Afterwards, we can talk. We need to check the surveillance footage from the cameras. There are a few heaters on the way to the left something in the station's reports. The heating units were reset using Tornius' electronic key. Now I remember that man. Tornius once found me. He wanted to talk about the superiority of the sea race. He said lots of insane things, and I didn't take him seriously. Which is unfortunate. All these deaths could have been prevented. Perhaps you'll be able to disable the heaters before the Kraken awakens from its icy slumber. Use the containers with liquid nitrogen. It will make the oceanids brittle and vulnerable.
Especially dangerous enemy detected. Efficient combat.
Thank you. I'm glad this excellent specimen is intact. I promise I won't use its power against Aelion. I'll tell Herita about Tornius. I'll provide the data from the station to prove that Tornius wanted to set me up. Was an unexpected question. It's an ancient ritual. I heard about it. The ritual is essentially about one great god subjugating another god, or an immortal, by splitting their ether body and placing a particle into the one they wish to enslave. Aeli himself never employed this procedure, but Thanatos split his body several times. The ritual does not simply render someone a puppet to the great god. It creates a replica of them, an avatar. An avatar of the great god can travel to a new planet and lead forces in battle while the great god itself is 100 worlds away. It's possible. I'll do it. You wish to help, Laertes? Commendable. Then there's another thing. The Reapers would need special equipment for the ritual of transfer. Only Thanatos himself could extract the ether body from Laertes using his willpower alone. His minions are incapable of this. They should have brought the equipment to Aelion. Find it.
It's been a while since, speaking of which, we need to talk. Find me on Cyban. I'm glad you're here. As you can see, I have a small problem. Head towards me. I'll mark the location on your map. You can't tell right now, but Cyban is a quiet place. Nothing but flying platforms and ship fragments left over from an ancient invasion. Piece of metal that contains useful components and microchips. There are so many treasures here, I don't know where to start. I have no idea what the mechanoids want with this wreckage, but I would appreciate it if you reduce the number of aggressive machines on your way here. Careful. My scanners detect a heavy sector not far from you. You are close. I'm next to the group of large ship fragments. I was just quietly digging around looking for components. Hey, I'm over here!
I'm so happy to see you alive and free. I haven't spoken to anyone since then. It's crazy what's happening in Aelion right now. You won't believe it, but we caused a great commotion all over the city. I'm trying to keep a low profile now. I didn't respond to Marcus earlier since all of our lines are tapped. Is he okay? How's everyone else? How's Laertes? Killing 2 Stobars with 1 stone? I'm keeping away from Flavius and pretending I'm terribly busy. I'm also working on one very handy device. I happened to find Flavius's notes. Accidentally, of course. Laertes carries a particle of the ether body of the god of death Thanatos inside him, and I know how I can get it to Aelion. Not long before the Gravedigger appeared, Reapers of Death had landed somewhere around Venus. Well, the ship didn't exactly land, it was shot down by the Templars. And it wouldn't have been anything out of the ordinary. Remnants do have ships, after all. There's just not a lot of them. Actually, upon further analysis, the trajectory of the crashed ship strongly hinted that it came from beyond the Celestial Fortress. No, Iana's Templars did. They keep track of these things, but of course they informed Flavius right away. He gave the order not to destroy the ship, but to force it to land so it could be inspected. So that's what the Templars did. I'm not entirely certain, but nothing, I believe. The group had to pass through Venus, and the situation there is extremely volatile. They were too late, and they found the ship completely empty. All the Reapers managed to get away. The pieces are beginning to fall into place. I'm sure of it. That's how the particle of Thanatos' ether body got to Aelion. No other ships had come from beyond the Celestial Fortress at the time. So if you find those Reapers, you'll also get closer to whoever conducted the ritual. Please, don't throw those kind words around. You really don't know what I'm working on here. Zero helped me hack into the server with Flavius' secret projects. In the past, our scientists already tried to design a device for manipulating ether bodies. We will need the equipment for the reverse ritual transfer anyway. So, once you've figured everything out, I'll be ready. Oh, you're giving me too much credit. As you can see, I had to pause my work because of the mechanoids. Since we're friends, I hope you'll help me deal with this problem. Now you'll face the Secular Prism. It's very dangerous, so be careful, if possible. Something is blocking my signals. My scanner's useless now. Try to find out what it is. The source is on the platform next to the fragments, not far from you. Fragments show signs of life. Look, they're glowing. Well, you were not taking off before I salvaged the parts I need. I detected a signal. The mechanoids are calling in reinforcements. We need to disable the transmitter. If more troops arrive, it will get really uncomfortable here in Saipan. The interference is gone, but we have an uninvited guest. The Talisman Series Secular is not far from here. I think I'll use this break to get all the parts that I need. Go to Venus. You need to find the Reapers that brought the particle of Thanatos' ether body to Aelion. Come closer. I'll scan the ship. I want to take ether readings. They will help me identify the Reapers that disembarked from the ship. I don't know where we should look for the Reapers, but we're in luck. Flavius is in Venice right now. He announced the hunting season on the Reapers. He needs them for his experiment. Get to the Templars' camp and take part in it. Special device. It's a portable teleporter. Once you capture a Reaper, use the device, and it will teleport you straight to Flavius. I looked through the Templars' reports. They spotted a group of Reapers nearby. I'll mark it on your map.
They attacked suddenly. Many died in the first wave. We didn't know where to run. The rest hid here. We've been able to hold off the attack so far, but it won't last long. We need the army. Or the help of the Immortals.
My brother is a Templar. He tried to protect us from these monsters. He brought me here and left me to fight the Gorgonites. And he hasn't come back.
Presence of friendly creatures detected.
This is so awful. Vanes has always been such a quiet and peaceful town. Our lives will never be the same again.
Oh my, what a fine specimen that is. We won't be going far, and I have everything I need with me. And so, this fantastic experiment is going to conclude with us being the first in history to get inside the mind of an alien. You know, it's considered a tremendous honor to be a part of this study. We'll have to apply ourselves in order to extract information from its mind. And now, let's prepare for this great moment.
Updates downloaded. Rebooting the system. Please wait.
Oh wow, it worked! We are inside of its mind. Unbelievable! What irony. The memories that he is trying the hardest to hide from us are going to be the most noticeable. I bet you're probably wondering why you are here. Well, the willpower of the Reaper has not yet been crushed. The projection of his consciousness will try to resist us, and we will need to defeat it in order to hear and see what the Reaper has heard and seen.
Extreme caution recommended.
It looks like that was the last hostile wave. Here come the memories.
When the ship lands, the one from Aelion will come aboard and take the cargo. We are ordered not to touch him. This is the will of Thanatos.
Yes, Commander.
An Aelionian is working with the enemy? Interesting. Well, whoever said my research was useless, this information could be of critical importance. What's that? Yet another memory?
I have to speak with your commander.
Are you not afraid to die, woman?
I've already walked that road.
But that is Herida. What is she doing there? We have to tell Iana everything. Unbelievable. Iana and Herida. But how come? Well, if I hadn't seen Herida secretly meet the Reapers of Death with my very own eyes... Yes, I understand your desire to keep everything quiet, but I believe there's someone we should confide all this to. Don't worry. Iana and Herida won't hear a thing. Not from me, not from him. It's Metarchus, and he has been observing things in a rather distracted manner. Well, I know some, but not about that. Metarchus is a strong mage living among the mortals. Magic is quite commonplace in Aelion, but strong mages are rare. And if you live among the mortals, you'll have to hide and conceal your powers. Otherwise, there'll be crowds around, crowds and talking, and it's all so distracting. Well, some people enjoy it, but not Metarchus. I have no idea where he is now. Try talking to Asterius. I believe they still keep in touch.
Herida met with the Reapers of Death. If I'd heard that from anyone else, I would have never believed it. She's so kind and caring. Yes, you're right. But Herida? It would be easier to believe that Iana betrayed Aelion. She's so harsh and arrogant. I think she's capable of it. Yes, I did. It's about the shuttle that crashed in Venus. I was telling Thais about our progress and brought it up. And Thais noted that if they had a particle of Thanatos' ether body on board, they would have had to bring special equipment for the ritual. I thought so too. So I talked to this Templar I know and learned that the ship hadn't been entirely empty when they found it. There was a box inside, a fairly large one. Since the thing is from space, it's probably Flavius' area of expertise. That's why they handed it over to him. Of course you would. So while you're out looking for the wisest god on Aelion, I'll try to learn as much as I can about this mysterious cargo. Let me think. I think Metarchus is the oldest god of Aelion. Either he or Asterius. I'm not really sure who is the oldest. Metarchus is called the god of magic, or the wanderer god. He is always traveling, looking for places of power, studying ether streams. So he's the first to notice if anything goes wrong on Aelion. He is very wise, and everyone listens to him, even Iana. And if Herida can betray our world, Metarchus will tell you about it. No, I have no idea. Sorry. But I agree with Flavius. Asterius is a close friend of his. He can probably give you a clue.
Metarchus? Of course, that name is familiar to me. Why, if there's anyone who can appreciate a good discussion. He's helped me with my historical research more than a few times. However, you won't find him here these days. Metarchus has his own path. He spends a lot of time among the mortals, teaching them magic. But it's not often that immortals come asking about him. Perhaps, though, I could help you. Why go to the trouble of searching for him? Oh well, it's your decision. Let me think. I have no knowledge of his current whereabouts. But I do happen to know where you can find his apprentices. A place permeated with ancient magic, and obviously quite appealing to mages. Try finding one of them on the island, and ask them about their mentor. That appears to be the easiest way to find Metarchus.
Siblian Heights. Isn't it an abandoned test area? I hope Metarchus' students are easier to find than Metarchus himself. on one of the lower paths. Find out what's there.
Forgive my apprentices. They worry too much for my mental well-being. We could have met right away, but instead you had to run back and forth. You must have a substantial reason to be here. What is it again? Remind me. My. That's certainly peculiar. Well then, let's try to figure out what's going on here. And don't you worry, I'm good at keeping secrets. Yeah, this is as I expected. Why don't we start with Herita? This kind goddess is completely devoted to Aelion, as well as its residents. She is not like, say, Nerion. That is why the evil could never take root in her. For her to suddenly decide to betray this world? I find it hard to believe. Nevertheless, I would still like to understand the reason for these actions. I don't know. I'm not sure about her. The desire for vengeance is still strong in Iana, and oftentimes vengeance is based on hatred. Of course, it would be premature of somebody to simply suspect Iana the Protector of any treachery. Perhaps this is part of some plan of hers. A complicated plan where to the observer she seemingly helps the enemy, but only so she could get close enough to deliver an unsuspecting fatal blow? Who knows? Who knows? But our enemy is smart, so at this point it is hard to determine who will emerge the victor. What can you really do? Follow along the best you can and intervene if it seems necessary. Right now, the situation is unclear. There are too many mysteries, but it doesn't appear to be too dangerous. I remember times that were much more sinister and frightening. The advice to wait before jumping in worked rather well back then, so it should work again today. But if you want to watch and wait, you should stay alert and pay close attention to everything around you. This is the best advice I can give, so you should heed it. You and Flavius have discovered something really incredible and rather uncommon for our world. You have my gratitude. Thank you for telling me, and I must think it over for now. What I would like to know is what exactly is luring the Mantides into these desolate halls. Perhaps it is the artifacts belonging to Eli. These artifacts have the ability to make the Immortals more powerful. If you want to know more about them, then just ask Asterius. He studied them at some point, which is no secret. If you'd like, you can also ask me, and not just about the artifacts. Of course, I remember every single event that Asterius describes in his chronicles. I participated in some, and a few wouldn't have happened had I not been present. Well then, I'm sure you will be able to figure it all out. It's rather hard to say. So many years have passed, I can barely remember. I'm joking. But that's where I have one up on the old rascal. They don't call me the oldest immortal on Aelion for this magnificent beard, you know. Well, not just for this beard. No, I did not meet Eli, and it's still hard for me to come to terms with it. We all appeared too late for that to happen. In the end, perhaps that was his plan all along. Yes. Immortals existed before, and even in Allies' times. There is evidence of that in the legends and the ancient texts. Of course, there were far fewer of them back then. Not many remember them, as their deeds were overshadowed by the accomplishments of Eli. But even the greatest of the gods back then needed allies that he or she could rely upon. That I cannot tell you, unfortunately. No one knows where they are or what happened to them. The circumstances surrounding what may have occurred, it is one of the many mysteries of our world. Alas, I'd give up a lot for the chance to be able to speak with one of them. We are under the impression that there were two. The first one happened before Eli's coming into existence. The consequences were dreadful. Magic had nearly disappeared from our world. The disappearance of Eli. One of the greatest shocks that Aelion has ever had to endure. The loss of magic wasn't the people's fault. Rather, Aelion itself seemed to lose its magical potential. It used to be that on the planet, magic flowed around it. It was like a rushing river, but now all that remains is a pathetic little trickle. Only the most talented individuals on Aelion can use magic these days. What used to be child's play has become a tremendous challenge, even for the most skilled adepts who have undergone a lot of training. But every dark cloud has a silver lining somewhere, and that is that magic gave way to science. Yes, let us get to work.
The memories are becoming more clear. When I woke up, her voice echoed through my head. I'm trying to remember. Who's behind all of this? Who of Aelion's people have forged an alliance with the god of death? I beg you, Adept, find a way to deliver me from these powers of darkness, for the sake of all of Aelion.
Laertes is not feeling any better. He's hanging in there, but how much longer can this go on? What happened to him is terrible, but we can turn him back into a human. You know, I've thought about this a lot. If there is a particle of another god's ether body in Laertes, then where is his own ether body? I've sent my best adepts, mediums, and mentalists out to search for it. If his ether body is still in Aelion, they'll find it and bring it back. Our dear Tiberius told us that his machine for transferring an ether body will be ready soon. We must not waste any precious time, so my alchemists and healers have started preparing for the ritual that will bring Laertes back. They'd be happy to have some help. One of them, Travius, went to Artemis Valley. I haven't heard anything from him in a very long time.
Go on, take them. It's part of my friendly assistance program.
Number of tracked objects exceeds acceptable limits. Sensors overheating.
Glad to see you again. I'm sorry, I wish I could bring you good news, but alas, Laertes isn't getting any better. We think, Thais thinks, that Laertes can be saved. I was in Ignum Monastery. See, I was looking for something. I know it sounds weird, but a few years ago there was a fully functional laboratory in Ignum. They were making medicaments for the immortals there. Painkillers, sedatives. I didn't expect to find any samples. Just the research data. Then Thais alchemists would be able to prepare the medicine ourselves.
I hear you need my help again. I left the communicator for you in a very nice spot. Hard to keep a low profile, guys. First the prison, now you need an ancient archive from the Ignum laboratory. I'm just kidding. Don't worry about it. I'll welcome any opportunity to mess with Flavius. The archives that you're in need of are unprotected servers. They're constantly improving their security system. So, I'm gonna need your help. You'll need to cause some congestion. Sounds confusing, no? That's fine. It's very simple. You're gonna need to find a way to get into the Taron power station and do a couple of things. So the Gorgonites, well, that might work in our favor. We should thank them.
Thank you for your help. You're just in time.
Protect the core. We need to cause network congestion, not a crater where the power station should be.
Warning. Core health 75%.
This station is one of Flavius's experiments. The people are lucky he built it in a remote area, not in the center of some city. Trust me, he would.
Good job. Thank you.
It looks like the Gorgonites know their way around technology. Why else would they keep attacking the reactor core? It was a miracle no one died in the explosion. One of the chief engineers raised the alarm in time and manually disconnected the reactor core. That engineer got seriously hurt. He lost his arm, and there There were lots of injuries. Flavius made prosthetics for him, but that lost trust.
We sure gave it to them.
The cores are an important part of the station. They stabilize the reactor and keep it from turning the surrounding area into a lovely crater. Into the system. It'll do the rest. Excellent. Thank you for your cooperation. It was my pleasure to help. I'll send the data to that guy in the land.
Again, I have some bad news. Sorry, I'm really sorry. But we can't make the medicine for Laertes. The reports from Ignum only contain formulas and not a single description of technology. Without someone competent around, it's going to take eons before we figure it out. There is one lead, but I wouldn't follow it myself, to be honest. She wouldn't give me the time of day. But you're a different matter. Well, the head of research at Ignum Monastery was Harita. I was surprised myself when I found out. It's so unlike her. But that was definitely Harita. But I'm asking you, please be gentle. There's some personal drama there. I'm not one for gossip, but the girls at the monastery mentioned some things. So, please try to be tactful.
Number of tracked objects exceeds acceptable limits. Sensors...
Tell me, how can I help you? What? Ignum? Why? Why are you asking me about Ignum? The shadows of the past don't fade so easily, huh? Well, it is true. There was a time I was part of the research group in Ignum. It was long ago. I chose another path, and I have nothing left to say to you on the matter. There are many. Some of them were even my apprentices. My apprentices. Sometimes the past must stay in the past. Think about it. And now, I think I need to be alone. Please go.
Let's try and find one of Harita's students. They also worked on the project and may know something about this technology. I found a lead on the Iskenian Peninsula. It looks like Aris and the rest left before the trouble started. You'll have to follow their pilgrimage path to find him. I see the group has been here recently. I see the group's tracks, but no signs of battle. They kept moving, so you'll have to as well.
You're the one who brought me here, you dummy. Easy money. Yeah, right. You gotta stop believing in fairy tales at your age. I would have been better off filling out reports in my lab, which is boring, but so quiet.
Stop whining, you twerp. If it wasn't for me, you'd still be clinging to your mother's skirts. Yeah, we're taking a risk, but so what? Imagine what we'll have. If we sell these crystals, we'll be able to start a new life. Sorry, pal. We don't hold grudges. That's why we're still friends after all these years. Has a buyer sent you? I should warn you. If it was Flavius, you aren't getting anything. We value our reputations. A deal is a deal.
I told you that story with the medicine would come up. Harita was doing an important thing. Too bad it ended like this.
Yes, she's one of those who wastes her talent teaching. Why else would she take up mentoring? If we had put our medicine into mass production, the whole team would be rich and famous.
Thing is, none of us is a technologist. We were testing it. It's too bad we'll miss out on profits, but you'll have to look for our colleagues.
Other colleagues? Nonsense. You need Ilva. The darling. We were still working when she dropped everything and left for the Thandi station. Without any explanation, of course. Like teacher, like student. A complete mystery.
We'll send you all our reports on our patients. Just don't forget about our royalty.
Listen, I know where Ilva is. She works for Flavius at the research center. A lovely girl. I've seen her recently.
Harita sent you here? I told her I wasn't coming back. My decision hasn't changed. Tell her that. Oh, really? You aren't here because of Harita, but you need the data from Ignum. What a coincidence. I bet you don't know Alkeus either. Such great acting. I've no words. I'd applaud you, but I'm not really in the mood. Tell Harita and her pet Alkeus that Ilva won't be playing their dirty games. All for a noble cause, right? You know, I didn't tell Yana out of respect for Harita. But that's my last favor to my mentor.
What a harsh girl. But she gave us a clue, and I'm ready to share what I've managed to learn. Come find me in the park.
Is it going to be like this forever?
About Alkeus, it's an interesting story. I was looking for him among scientists, but he was with the Templars. At first I thought it was a mistake, but no, it's true. It looks like the man became disillusioned with science. I learned his squad number, but the good news ends there. His squad went to liberate Darnik village. They haven't responded to any radio hails in a while. I think we should hurry if we want to speak with Alkeus.
The situation is worse than I thought. Look, Alkeus' squad should have passed through here, but there's no trace of them. Show up for no reason. They're usually summoned for something important, like rituals.
This Reaper has two particular abilities. He can summon carrions, which are very hazardous to your health, and can bring up an impenetrable shield.
I think they were lured into a trap. I have a bad feeling. Is that Dale? Small world.
I heard about your search. I do not know why you thought to disturb the shadows of the past, but it seems that you have questions. Well, ask them. I heard... You are upsetting me. Enemies, friends. The world is bigger and more diverse. There are no constant categories. Year after year, we fight off invasions, but have we ever tried? Have we ever tried to negotiate? Think about it. Aelion has far too many enemies. We are in a desperate need of some friends. I was simply looking to resolve that, for a way to protect our home. Yes and no. The Reapers left the town as soon as they received my message and the medicine they wanted. I know for certain that for the past several years, up until the recent events with Laertes, they lived in a secluded community in the mountains and had never once attacked any of Aelion's people. Unfortunately, when Thanatos returned, they decided to rejoin his army. I spoke to one of them afterward, and he was afraid. It wasn't hate for people that drove him, it was fear of Thanatos. If we could come to an understanding, but no one listens. No, that's enough. This is my path. I will walk it alone. I'm sorry, no more questions. I swear on Eli's memory that there shall be no one else who will suffer because of...
Interesting. I have something for you too. I'll see you in the secret room.
Harita is so sincere, I really feel bad for her. You can't help but trust her. I don't know. But we still can't ignore our suspicions. We have it! Thai's alchemists had the time to brew the first potion of the cure. It helped Laertes a great deal. That's right. Remember how we talked about the mysterious box the Templars found in the crashed shuttle of the Reapers in Venus? Zero searched Flavius's database and found a report about it. According to the report, it was just garbage, nothing of interest. Because there's more. The report is signed by Flavius, but he wasn't the one who inspected it. It was Rufus, one of his assistants. First, he removed the high-priority flag from it, and then he falsified the report and forged the signature. The traces of falsification are in the system, and Zero found them. Either someone regularly steals from the laboratory, or Thanatos has an inside man in Flavius's team. That's what I thought! We should ask Flavius where he is now. We'll expose his treacherous assistant.
No, let's not be hasty. Let's keep it from Flavius for now. Things are coming to a head. I can feel it. We don't want to make a mistake. My alchemists are ready for the ritual. The only thing we're missing is Laertes' ether body. In the old temple in Rokul Valley. It's a quiet place, and no one will disturb us there. Our dear Tiberius is setting up equipment right now. As soon as we have the ether body in our possession, we will be able to bring back Laertes.
Oh no, let me guess. Iana sent you to remind me that I built an insufficiently secure prison? Oh, what a relief! You know, I'm tired of explaining to her that a prison for immortals is more complicated than a new chainsword for her Yes, it was my first experiment of this kind, and yes, it wasn't very successful, but it's her people that are responsible for general security. On top of that, finding one insane hostile god on Aelion can't be that difficult, am I right? But I digress. I'm sorry, you wanted to talk about something? Rufus. Let's see. According to the reports, Rufus is stuck somewhere in Boru catacombs. The mission was easy, so I don't know what's taking so long. Why do you need him? I hope he's not involved in anything illegal. That's good to hear. My assistants are strictly forbidden from engaging in any illegal activities. It distracts them from their work, and I won't tolerate that. Speaking of Tiberius, I haven't seen his sour face in a while. When you see him, tell him to stop hiding. What happened to the prison is not his fault. I checked everything. He must be really worried about it. The poor guy.
Going to Boru Catacombs? It's an interesting place. Good luck. Bring this Rufus to heal.
Oh, it's good. Ask when the next... the tapestries.
time, but Harita was looking for you. She really wanted to see you.
People are dying.
Find her in the Divine Observatory. It will only take a few minutes.
Every immortal strives to become a god, but you are moving along the path much faster than others. Everyone has been saying, even Flavius and Asterius, and also Iana, although she seems to be more annoyed than pleased by it. That's why I have asked. Your achievements are impressive, and it is clear that you are now ready to move forward. I believe you will be able to proceed without any long and tiresome rituals. You will be able to become a god like the best of the best who came before you, through battle. It seems to me that you have enough determination for that. Still, there's one ritual that can't be avoided. Please allow me to help you choose your divine aspect. The divine aspect is a form a god takes during battle. A god assumes it in battle when facing his most dangerous enemies. It consumes more faith, but it also makes one significantly more powerful. Oh yes, your appearance will be completely different. A god's divine aspect is an incredible, spectacular sight. It can inspire hope in your allies and can instill terror in the heart of your enemies. Now I am offering you a choice. You can determine how you will appear during the most difficult and important battles. It's how you'll be written about in legends like Asterius' Chronicles. What will you choose?
Requesting updated instructions. Please refrain from rebooting me until the operation is complete.
So Harita thinks you'll become a god soon. That must be true, you lucky thing. And now we need to recover Laertes' ether body from the caves.
Get out of here! I'm being controlled! I can't fight it! Perhaps it was a trap. But as long as you're with me, they can't take... When you're nearby, I feel better somehow. I knew. Ever since our first meeting, I knew you could do it. My suffering is coming to an end. And soon I'll be who I've always been. A defender of Lambert lands. I could feel the evil closing in. I wanted to stop it. It's because of the connection between me and Thanatos. The invasion began. I heard people scream. How could I stand aside? Thais' medicine brought relief, and I overestimated my strength. For a moment, I let myself believe that everything was as it had been. I forgot I could no longer access my divine form. I don't know. I don't understand. And whenever I find myself in a desperate situation, I can hear Thanatos whispering. He says I can assume a different, truly powerful form, and I can't help but wonder, will it help me keep Aelion safe? But no. It will destroy me. Soon, but not now. There are people here. They hid in the house. I can't leave them to their death. Help me, and then we'll be able to leave. I sense enemies. They're close. They're coming. I finally feel like myself again. No other voices. Let's show these rats they attacked the wrong planet. I keep wondering, why did that... Thanatos' henchmen. I hate them. In my head.
Everything is ready for the ritual.
It was an honor to fight alongside you. I hope it wasn't the last time. I'll become myself soon, and we will fight together again on the battlefield. I'm sure of it. You're the only ones who believed in me. I'll never forget it. Even Thighs. I thought that she was just conceited and overly cruel. I'm glad to see that I was wrong. Let's do it. You should carry the ether body. I don't know when Thanatos might take control of my mind again. It's the last favor that I will ask of you. I promise. I'll wait for you at the ritual site. Freedom is so close. I can't wait to board the invasion flagship and pay a visit to a certain someone.
Hello. It's good to see you. Thank you for your help. The main attack is over. My people can handle the rest. Until the next wave of troops, at least. I'll make my way to Ivos. It's a small town. There might still be survivors. But don't think about that. Thighs and Laertes are waiting for you in the temple on the hill. It's more important right now. Yes, true. Let's make a detour to the Templar outpost first. It's not far in the clearings. There's an uplink terminal there. We should connect to it, just to be safe. Let's go! We'll show these rats!
How many Reapers are here? As though there's something they need. But I don't like this. We need to perform the ritual fast.
Especially dangerous enemy detected. Sending victory data to Divine Observatory.
Is Laertes' ether body with you? Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Now I'll get to Laertes as fast as I...
Darkness is dissipating. So it was you.
Me? I don't understand.
You did this to me. I remember everything.
Laertes, I can explain.
I trusted you.
I can fix everything.
Are you insane? I killed people and nothing you can do will bring them back.
Laertes, please. I love you.
Love me?
Laertes, stop. I'm warning you.
You two-faced creature. Stand back! Don't come any closer! I can't hold it back! Not any longer! I've waited a long time.
Thanatos. Thanatos himself. My part of the deal is done.
Thank you very much for the help, Thais. I must say your foolishness nearly disrupted all our plans. But you still deserve a reward for all your hard work. And you, if I had the time, I'm quite certain I would enjoy crushing you like the little insect that you are. But my army is waiting for me. Kill him.
Waiting for you outside. Hurry. We're too late. Thanatos has exactly what he wanted, and it was done with your help. One of the masters who serves the deserter, Thais, told me everything. If it was another time, you'd be dragged before the Immortal Court. We cannot save Laertes. He no longer exists. There is only the avatar of Thanatos, and soon he will lead a new invasion. Young immortals are all the same. Stupid and reckless. They think that they are the only ones who understand the true state of things. Do you really think I didn't understand what was happening to Laertes? I kept Laertes in prison because there was a piece of a great god inside of him. Sooner or later, Thanatos would have come. But he's weak. This isn't the first time he's split his soul. And the last time, my military power and Flavius's technical genius could have eliminated him. Aelion would have been free of this threat forever. But you've ruined my plans. And now there will be loss on every side. Chaos, destruction, cries for help. The avatar of Thanatos has not yet gathered his strength. He is still weak, and that is why he is hiding on the flagship. He needs to rest. Destroy him before he is ready to lead the armies of death. I can't leave Aelion right now. I must prepare our defenses. If you can't kill the gravedigger on the ship, I will meet him here. We must seize every opportunity we can. Flavius will explain the rest.
An invasion. Now, you need to focus on your task. The command center of the invasion is that flagship. It appeared in Aelion's orbit a short time ago, and apparently it's still there. It's pretty easy to get to. I figured out how to control their shuttlecraft in no more than 15 minutes tops. No. The shuttle returns to the ship on autopilot. The internal layout of the flagship is, alas, unknown to me. Sorry, I'm a scientist, not a warrior. I'm needed here. But don't worry, worry never helped anyone. You just do what you have to do.
Ship. It's so magnificent and revolting at the same time. These walls. Not many enemies here. Either Thanatos doesn't know you're on the ship, or he doesn't consider you a threat.
Probability of victory decreased.
What do you seek? There is only death for you here.
Thanatos must be worried, which makes sense. Before the Avatar comes into full power, he's still vulnerable.
Combat log created. Reminder, regular warranty maintenance required.
This is not a regular Reaper. That much is clear. I think you're close to your target. The strongest servants are fighting to protect their master.
My lord,
Dangerous
I'm
enemy
coming back to
neutralized.
you.
Evasive maneuver failed. Updates downloaded. Rebooting the system. Please wait.
You can still go back. Your only way to safety is to retreat.
That's Laertes. Well, he's not Laertes anymore. Be careful.
Your confidence is impressive, but you shouldn't stand in my way. Reapers, come here! Decay. Stop fighting it. It will only hurt more. Come here, slaves! Pathetic. Enough with the games.
Extreme caution recommended.
You cannot stop me. I am Thanatos, the great god of death.
That's the true form of Thanatos' avatar. Laertes was afraid this day would come.
Eliminate the hand of Thanatos' avatar.
What a terrifying arm! The avatar is awakening gradually. It looks like Thanatos' power is concentrated in this arm. Spark, catch it! Harita said it's important.
Eliminate the hand of Thanatos' avatar.
Active caution mode. Especially dangerous enemy detected.
sparked us. My friend has become a god.
When I return, I'll consume your world in fire.
Thank you so much. That was incredibly exciting to me. They have been asking me lately to write your biography. The idea no longer seems outlandish. Gosh, I now personally know God, yes. But we can discuss it later when you have a minute, if you want.
I need to tell you something. You're a god now, and the cost of your mistakes is greater. You foiled my plans once. We fixed it, but don't think for 1 minute that I've forgotten.
No, she never forgets. Even innocent pranks, that's for sure.
Yes, Flavius.
But don't be afraid. She respects you.
There you are! Let's go to the balcony. It's gonna start soon. Oh, it'll be amazing! Come on, quickly!
Well, that's right. You should see that. The view from the balcony is great.
You know, I'm so glad things turned out this way. Just like a fairy tale. You and I became immortal at the same time, and now you're a god! I have no words.
There will be a performance in your honor.
That all the people of Aelion will see. An old tradition that we are extremely happy to uphold.
Not now.
I wish I could tell you that it's finally all over. That the light of your glorious feet will cut through the darkness of our worries, but it's still too early to celebrate. I don't recognize you. Seems like yesterday. I saw a helpless, inexperienced rookie, but you appear totally different. All of Aelion is talking about you. Time sure does pass so fast.
Your victory over Thanatos has made you stronger than an immortal. Now you're a lesser god. Your new abilities will serve as a benefit to us all in time. Once the Avatar was killed, the invasion faltered. My own troops sent the army of Reapers away fleeing. Thanatos himself is weakened and won't be a threat anytime soon. I appreciate everything you've done for us, and for Aelion. You will not have to go to trial. Trust me. You have just started on this path of God. For true greatness still lies ahead of you.
Insufficient memory space?
Not bad. So now you aren't just another immortal, but a junior god. You've gained abilities. Let's not waste time. I'll show you how to use them. You should go to the training hall. I have developed a special training for new-fledged gods. Hurry. I'd use the word should. Perhaps even must. But no, wait. I really ought to warn you that everything you do inside of the training hall will consume faith outside of it. I told you that it wasn't just your body that advanced to a new level. Just like any other god, you have gained an ability to accumulate faith from your followers. You keep gaining faith from your followers, but its reserve is not unlimited, so it is best to spend it wisely on your divine abilities. Get to the training hall, and you'll see. It wasn't easy, but now you're an Elder God. Congratulations! And you know what's the best thing about it? You're now able to challenge the avatars of great gods. Fighting avatars is our duty, but it's an opportunity too. For defeating an avatar, you will receive a special trophy, which can unlock a divine specialization. But that's not all. If you defeat 6 avatars and unlock all divine specializations, you will become, yes, that's right, an Elder God. But first things first, let me show you something.
The Order is made up of mortal men and women that believe in you and support your endeavors. Adepts are your most trusted followers. You have new equipment for your adepts. Give it to any of them. It will help them in their journeys. Send your adepts on journeys. After some time, they will come back with trophies.
Affects the improvement of the Temple of Deeds. Complete any squad adventures in your divine form to earn more of them. Why don't you go on an adventure and assume your divine form there?